Willie Thrasher was born in 1948 in Aklavik, a hamlet in the Inuvik region of the Northwest Territories. He was the youngest of 21 children. At age 5, Willie was taken from his family and sent to a residential school, where he was forbidden to practice his Inuvialuit culture. Students were regularly beaten for even speaking their own language. On his first day, he had his hair cut so roughly that his ears bled. "The Willie Thrasher that I knew then was taken away," he once said. "My whole life changed completely." Music turned out to be a way for Thrasher to escape the pain. He took refuge behind the drums while in the school, where he formed a band called the Cordels. "When I was young, I always listened to the drums played by my grandmother, uncle, and cousins," he said. "My family was drumming in a traditional way, and then with the Cordels, I was a drummer in a new way. These two ways combined." One day after a gig, a chance encounter with an old scholarly white man would prove to be a turning point for the young musician. The man had inquired as to why Willie didn't sing about his own unique culture and traditions. This sparked something in the young Thrasher. He recalls, "I'll never forget what that old man had said. He opened my heart. I started finding out who I really was inside, who my dad was, who my mom was, how precious we were at one time. The missionaries had wiped this right out of my mind. They had tried to eliminate everything, and that old man brought it back." As a result, Willie Thrasher began writing songs that reflected his own culture and experience. Thrasher traveled across Canada and the US throughout the 70s and well into the 80s. His first recording, Spirit Child, was released by the CBC in 1981. Silent Inuit became a northern hit for Thrasher, but with limited commercial support and little promotion outside of northern communities, the album eventually fell to the wayside. Willie then parked his Greyhound tour bus and settled in Winnipeg, Treaty 1, for a spell where he connected with Sunshine Records. A deal was struck and Indian Inuit Country, Thrasher's second full-length album, was released by Sunshine Records in 1994. But without much media support, it quickly became a relic of the past. In 2008, he released Asumatak, The Great Land, which featured Linda Saddleback. He credits his partner in life and music with turning his life around. "She didn't sing much at the time. Eventually, she started learning all of these songs I play, and it became natural. She was part of my show, and everybody loved the way we sound as a duet. Eventually, Linda became the star of the night." 2014 saw the release of Native North America Volume 1, Aboriginal Folk, Rock, and Country from 1966 to 1985, a compilation released by Light in the Attic. The release was a masterpiece of archival work by Vancouver DJ Kevin Soprino House, who traveled extensively to interview and document the musicians for the album's booklet. The songs were remastered from the original recordings, which in many cases existed only in CBC's archives. It featured 3 Willie Thrasher songs, Spirit Child, Old Man Carver, and We Got to Take You Higher. The album was a long-listed nominee for the 2015 Polaris Music Prize and received a Grammy nomination for Best Historical Album in December of 2015. "It's been overwhelming to see this praise all of a sudden," said Thrasher about the compilation. "When Spirit Child came out 30 years ago, there were big hits out by Neil Diamond, Neil Young, Moody Blues, Gordon Lightfoot, and more. We were out there at the same time with our songs, but we didn't get the airplay they did. Within a year and a half, it all faded away because we didn't have the finance, promotion, or the cushion to be able to tour overseas. Now, 30 years later, Kevin Howe releases this compilation, and we've never seen people loving it so much. It just woke me up and brought me back to these younger days when I was traveling and performing." Willie Thrasher has been described as a trailblazing troubadour with an indigenous heartbeat sound. Yes, it is most certainly time for everyone to join in on the powerful chorus of Willie Thrasher's song, We Believe in Native Music.
Willie Thrasher, trailblazer, a man with a clear vision who saw possibilities beyond the Arctic Circle horizon to take folk, country, and rock and traditional Inuit ways and combine them with his powerful lyrics that have addressed social and environmental issues. He pushed boundaries and created a lasting impact because that's what legends do. Congratulations, Willie, on your Heritage Award. Well deserved. Well deserved.
This video is from me, Kevin Howes, to you, Willie Thrasher. It's been over 10 years since we first met at Stanley Park with your partner Linda Saddleback. I took this photo to commemorate our gathering. Since then, we've traveled the world together, and your music has reached the Grammy Awards in the US, all based on these landmark recordings featured on Spirit Child. And what you continue to do, I believe you're writing the best songs of your life today. Never stop, Willie. I love you. I'm so honored to see you being celebrated by the Western Canadian Music Awards. Peace.
The Western Canadian Music Alliance is proud to recognize Willie Thrasher as the recipient of this year's Heritage Award.
Hey,